First at 5:30 tonight, a disturbing allegation against a local high school senior.
Police say she encouraged a friend to commit suicide in the parking lot of a Fairhaven store. 18-year-old Michelle Carter has been indicted.
Shortly before he died from carbon monoxide poisoning, Roy was exchanging text messages with his then 17-year-old girlfriend, Michelle Carter.
She just thought she was an acquaintance of Conrad's, nothing more.
In fact, we can't find a single photo of the teens together.
She coerced him, manipulated him, sent him hundreds of messages.
It's thousands of texts, thousands of phone calls. It goes on and on and on.
Lawyers in the American Civil Liberties Union argue the judge was wrong in convicting Carter since she wasn't present at the time of Roy's death and her only weapon was words. They also say her speech is protected under the First Amendment.
Himself. So at what point does this cross the line from being her right to free speech to criminal activity?
It absolutely
The prosecution has already released texts that show Carter was actively pushing Roy to take his own life. They say because she wanted attention and sympathy.
Getting him to do this, kind of almost like a Munchausen.
It's funny you would say that. Erica, that's exactly what I thought. It's sort of a Munchausen by proxy.
Instead of getting her friend sick, she gets her friend to die, and she gets this weird...
She didn't want him to take his life. She said, you don't want to take your life. You don't want to. She said this to him for 2 years.
And some of the stuff we just heard in court was, she could have stopped him, etc. We're not holding people responsible for failing to stop it. That's entirely different from encouraging it in the moment, saying, get back in. That's all.
There's no evidence that ever actually happened except for a message she sends, one of hundreds of messages she sends, only one of which makes that claim, that she sends months after. We don't convict people based on uncorroborated confessions.
It will likely...
Ms. Carter, please stand. Ms. Carter, a guilty finding have been entered on the indictment charging you with the involuntary manslaughter of Conrad Roy III. Now sentences you to 2.5 years in the Bristol County House of Correction. 15 months of said sentence shall be deemed a committed sentence, and the balance thereof shall be suspended until August 1st of 2022.
20 years. They are leaving the courthouse frustrated, while Michelle Carter's family is leaving with hope she will never serve jail time.
The court now allows the Commonwealth's motion to revoke the stay of sentence. Ms. Carter will now be taken into custody. Matter is adjourned. Thank you very much. All rise. Please take a seat.
Michelle Carter briefly taking the stand before what would have been the start of jury selection, opting to waive the jury and have a bench trial instead.
If I had to do it over again, I might pick 12 people in the box.
A few months shy of completing her 15-month sentence, Carter is set to be released from prison Thursday morning. The Bristol County Sheriff's Office tells us Carter accrued enough good time credits to be released early.
It wasn't clear. It created a debate. Is she responsible? Is she not responsible? And I mean, it really was, it was an immoral action, but it's a criminal. And that's just what we wanted to investigate through the lens of a documentary.
Ms. Carter will have to live with the consequences of this for the rest of her life, with the publicity that this case has gained. That will be substantial.
She has to live the rest of her life in her skin as her. One of the most hated people in the country. So, good luck with that.
Carter, whose text messages helped convict her in her boyfriend's suicide, is now free after spending almost a year behind bars.